been saying, I hate Roman Reigns. I hate Roman Reigns. I want Roman Reigns to turn heel. Well, guess what? Guess what, baby? He's healed now.
You gotta be careful with that. Roman Reigns would never get beat up by some scrub called Eddie Kingston. Please. That would never happen. The tribal chief would remove the tattoo himself and isolate himself to some island. He would never allow that.
Your hate for Eddie Kingston is appalling. It's appalling on this show. Yeah, I don't like him. And it's like, it's working because I don't like you. So you're doing your job, but I don't like you. It's weird. It's weird, but it's working. I'm getting worked, man. I'm getting worked.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of the Weekly Finish Up. My name is Roger, a.k.a. Beefy Supreme.
Beef Supremo!
And to my left is A Styles.
That's what is good. It's your boy, A Styles. Woo, woo, woo!
Another good week. And you know why it was a good week? Because I want to talk about the big dog.
The big dog.
The big dog.
The big doggy.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Taking over. Roman Reigns put his title on the line against Daniel Bryan this week.
Against who? You mean top five? Top five D Brown? Booker T's top five D Brown?
I don't know the top five D Bryan. But he put his title on the line against, I don't know if you consider Daniel Bryan's career on SmackDown. Either way, Daniel Bryan's career on SmackDown was on the line.
Yes.
And he got pummeled. He got destroyed. The head of the table reclaimed his throne. He took him out. What do you think?
What did you expect? What do I think? It's the tribal chief. It is Roman Reigns, the greatest WWE superstar of this generation. Not only of this generation, he's bigger than John Cena. He's bigger than Dwayne Johnson. He's bigger than anybody else, past, present, or future. That is the high chief, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Okay. He took down Edge and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, and he's been taking names. And now this week he came out to a brand new song, baby.
A brand new song. And you see Paul Heyman on the side? That man was feeling it.
Paul Heyman strolled out like it was his song.
He came out. Let me tell you something. I don't care what anybody want to say. Even if Monday Night Raw is horrible, you need to tune in to Friday Night SmackDown. Why? Because the tribal chief is the number one. He is carrying WWE on his back, and he is ascending it to whole new heights. Arguably, we have so many people have been saying, I hate Roman Reigns. I hate Roman Reigns. I want Roman Reigns to turn heel. Well, guess what? Guess what, baby? He's healed now, and arguably.
Okay. If you hate Roman Reigns, you're not a wrestling fan, and you should quit and stop watching the show and stop watching any show.
Like, say that shit one more time. No. I need you to say that shit one more time.
Roman Reigns is the greatest thing that has happened to this company in like 20 years.
Say that shit again.
It is insane how much aura and charisma comes out of this man.
It oozes. It oozes out.
I want to watch him dominate for the next 2 years. I don't want him to get pinned. I don't want him to submit.
Nope.
Till 2 years from now when The Rock comes back and we get a match in LA.
I agree. No. You're 100% right. And this is the thing. We've gone so hard. Even myself, I hated the Roman Reigns. I hated Roman Reigns. I despised Roman Reigns. He embodied John Cena, but no, Daddy. He said no more. He said, Daddy, no more. He said, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna craft my own pathway. He put a DJ Khaled.
And he did.
He did. You never seen that DJ Khaled meme? When he drinks the water, he goes. That's exactly what happened to Roman Reigns.
It's like a meerkat.
Exactly. He changed. And what we have now, we have the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Arguably the greatest things happening, not only to WWE, but SmackDown in general. If we look at his resume, the man has done it all. He has beat John Cena. He has beat Triple H. He has beat The Undertaker.
He beat Brock Lesnar.
He beat Brock Lesnar. He beat Seth Rollins. He beat Jon Moxley. He's done it all. Now, not only that, he's beat a former WWE and Universal Champion Daniel Bryan and retired his ass. And then he beat Edge. Your Edge beat Supreme. The Edge that you love so much, who is not better than Christian right now, but that's a whole different story. But he's done it. He's done it.
Okay. Is he your favorite Shield member now?
Oh. Hey, hold on now. Hold on. Okay, hold on. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
His new theme song has a little bit of a mix from the old Shield song and from Roman Reigns song. Is he your favorite Shield member?
Oh, man.
You don't want to go there,
Oh, man, I don't want to go there. No. Next question, Oprah. Next question.
Next question, Oprah.
Because I can't with that one.
He destroyed Daniel Bryan. I thought it was those power bombs, those elbows. Yeah. Beautiful. Do you care for Daniel Bryan anymore?
No. And I said this before WrestleMania. He should have never been in the match. It should have been Edge versus Roman Reigns, and it wasn't. And thank God we put Daniel Bryan to the pasture.
I just want to say, you said, "Oh, Daniel Bryan doesn't want to wrestle people like Roman Reigns. He wants to wrestle people like Kalisto." Get out of here, man! Get out of here! And
that's why he got cleaned out. That's why Roman Reigns said, "Get out of my locker room. Go back to 205, Daniel Bryan." That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And here's the situation, right? Here's the situation. I just want to paint a picture, right? The following day, which is today's a Saturday, we record the show on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little breaking the fourth wall. But today, he posted on Twitter, and he's over there on the elliptical. Okay? And he tweets it out, and he says, "You know what? Last night, I did you guys a favor. And I eliminated the trash. I'm trying to clean out the old guard and usher in a new era."
The trash is gone. That already got picked up outside. Ace, who's next for Roman Reigns?
Everybody.
Who's like Cesaro is about to get thrown out.
Cesaro needs to be thrown out. It's time to throw everybody out. He needs to throw out Cesaro, throw out Apollo Crews, throw out Big E. Everybody needs to go back to 205. I don't care. Take them back put them back to Raw. Let them swan over there.
Every week we try to bring up like a certain wrestler that's not so big, or a wrestler that's in AEW and that showcases her wrestling abilities. This week it was undeniable how much Roman Reigns is in charge of this era. And I thought that was a perfect wrestler to start off our episode. But another wrestler that is sweeping the nation, he is not only destroying bodies in the ring, but he is collecting rings, baby. Kenny Omega, the title collector, went to Impact. He defeated Rich Swann. And now the man has 3 belts, Ace.
Destiny fulfilled. Okay? Destiny fulfilled. Okay? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. I just sang a whole bunch of praise to Roman Reigns, right?
Are you about to change your mind on it?
And I told you all how much I love Roman Reigns. But let me tell you something. Kenny Omega, outside of WWE, is the biggest superstar of our generation. I don't care what anybody says right now. I love Roman Reigns. Y'all heard it here first. I said how much I love Roman Reigns. He's great for WWE, but outside of WWE, where there's a multiverse happening, where there's a universe expanding and expanding, Kenny Omega is cleaning house and taking names and saying, it ends right now.
Okay,
he is Thanos.
Okay, he's Thanos, but you're saying outside of WWE. I don't know if he has enough competition. Like who's next for Kenny Omega? Eddie Kingston? Who are we? Who's next for it? Like Roman Reigns? I'm sorry, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. I would argue their best matches, even AJ Styles, I'm going to go out on a limb, their best matches were against Roman Reigns. Yeah. I don't know if Kenny Omega, like, who's out there saying my best matches with Kenny? Like, I can't.
A lot of people. I think Rich Swann can say that. I think Cody Rhodes can say that. I think
Cody Rhodes and Kenny, like that. No one talks about these matches. Chris Jericho wouldn't say Kenny is his best match.
Oh, no, like, he would not.
I don't even know if John Moxley would say it's his best match. So
I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. Is Kenny, like, I feel like you're right. He's bigger outside of the WWE universe. But do Do you not feel like he's missing something?
I think he's missing that big fight feel, and trust me, it's coming in Ibushi. When Ibushi finally, and I keep trying to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I can see the booking now. I can see it in the horizon. Right now, Kenny Omega is becoming Thanos, right? He is erasing the wrestling world, and he is changing the game. But we need to save. That's another problem with Roman Reigns, right? We have Roman Reigns, right? He's a incredible heel, but we need that one person to go against him, right? We need that one person, that shining baby face. We don't have that. We don't have that in WWE.
That's what I'm saying. Roman Reigns doesn't need that. You know, Cesaro is going up against Roman, and I'm not even feeling like, oh, this is a low caliber match. I'm gonna watch because it's Roman. Kenny, like,
no, yeah.
Are the multiple belts really helping all these companies?
Technically, yes, because they got the best bout machine, and they know that no matter what Kenny Omega does, it's a 5-star match. It's almost like the Roman Reigns effect. You know, if Roman Reigns goes out there with Cesaro or Kevin Owens, you probably not might like Cesaro that much. You probably might not even like the little guys that he goes against, but you know it's Roman Reigns, and you know he's going to put a hell of a match. Same thing with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega went to Impact Wrestling, went against Rich Swann, who nobody cares about, but you guess what?
Okay,
I'm just keeping it real. Nobody cares about it in that sense. But hey, he arguably gave Rich Swann the fight of his life and had Impact's highest pay-per-view buy rate that they had. Kenny Omega is money. The man is money.
I think they should be careful not. You know, Kenny Omega got beat up by Eddie Kingston this week. We gotta protect their triple champ, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You gotta be careful with that. Roman Reigns would never get beat up by some scrub called Eddie Kingston. Please. That would never happen. The tribal chief would remove the tattoo himself and isolate himself to some island. He would never allow that.
Your hate for Eddie Kingston is appalling. It's appalling on this show. But whatever. I do agree, though. These two, it's funny because I was looking at the landscape of wrestling, and I think we are legitimately in the land of heels. Young Bucks are heels. Kenny Omega's heels.
We are!
Seth Rollins is heels. Roman Reigns is heels. We don't have that baby face. We don't have that baby face.
You don't have the baby face in WWE. And obviously, Roman Reigns is helping WWE.
Most definitely.
Is Kenny, with all of his titles, is he helping AEW, or is it only helping Kenny?
Oh man, that's a heavy question. Because here's the thing, right? So far, we've seen he hasn't really been helping AEW. AEW really hasn't been showing that much of what Kenny Omega can done.
I see more of Darby than I see of Kenny.
And that's the thing. Again, Darby Allin main evented this week, and now he looks like a formidable champion. Not only is Darby Allin looking even more better, I mean, the man knows that man can pull a millie.
Not a million this week.
Not this week, but it was close. You know, he hit that 900.
We talk about the forbidden door. This week was a forbidden door. Everyone was watching Joe Biden, baby. Everyone said, I'm not watching AEW. I'm going to go watch Joe Biden. And they lost all their viewers. The Amelie went away. Went away.
Oh, I'm sorry. That pun was great. Over 20 million viewers. Joe Biden's the pool, man. They should
we should bring in Joe Biden.
We should bring in Joe Biden to get those headlines, man. Come on. 20 million people watching.
Well, something else that's going to bring in big ratings next week. Ace, you know it's coming. Blood and guts, baby. Blah, blah. The inner circle. Oh, that was so weird. It's supposed to go blah. The inner circle against the Pinnacle. They had an epic promo this week. Who was your highlight of the promo?
Can we talk about, first, before we even get into it, can we talk about Chris Jericho? Can we talk about how his promos in AEW have been so phenomenally well? He slipped last week, but this week he came back on the horse and said, no, I'm not going to be outdone by MJF. And boy, did he come. Boy, did he come up with it. And I love the passion.
I love Jericho because he's the type of person that'll mess up a line. But
yeah,
because you know that he's crazy and he's just yelling, he'll be like, oh, MJG. You know what, MJF, whatever. And then everyone just goes crazy and everyone laughs. Like, he's so good at that.
Yeah, I know. His mess-ups are now incorporated within this promo, which is great. Can we talk about Sammy Guevara unleashing hell on
the next rock, baby?
I don't know about the next rock. I think there's a whole bunch of next rocks in AEW. But can we talk about him going against? Oh my God! against that pole chairman of the board, Sean Spears.
Hey,
Man, that boy lit him up.
Took a beating, man.
That boy got lit up. That boy said, "You suck here. You sucked over there. You just suck." I said, "Man, let him breathe. He needs some milk."
He was like, "You suck here. You suck when you were born. You suck back at home." Like, man, he took him down, man.
I was like, man, Sean Spears, what you doing, son? What you doing? But I will say, lately, and I mean lately, Dax the Axe from FTR has been slowly winning me over. Now, I know you love Bret Hart, but you have to admit, Beef Supreme, he has that Bret Hart-esque almost showing.
I don't know if it was Dax or Cash. They were wearing his Bret Hart socks last week during the promo backstage. They're huge fans. I know you remember them when Bret Hart got attacked at the Hall of Fame and they went up there to help him. They're huge fans of Bret Hart. I think some of these wrestlers just need a little bit of a push, because the same thing with Santana and Ortiz. Those guys are not gold, man. Gold. Yeah. These guys are just ready for an opportunity. I love it.
They're chomping at the bits, and I can't wait. Arguably, I think they're going to hit 2.3 million. I mean, excuse me, 1.3 million. Sorry, I was projecting too high. That was the CNN projection, not me. Let's reject that. But I think it's going to hit 1.3 million. I think Blood and Guts is going to be insane. It's not going to be just a one-match card. They have Kenny Omega and that boy with the laptop against Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
What was Nakazawa?
Nakazawa.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
They also have Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall. It's going to be interesting, but I can't wait to see.
And Jon Moxley, man, we're opening the door again. Like, we have a lot of good matches next week, but honestly, Blood and Guts will be the highlight. That's all we're probably going to talk about next week.
Do you think it's going to be really bloody? Are you expecting a lot of blood, or do you expect it to be a lot toned down?
Match as bloody. Well, I mean, if we're going by AEW, I was promised a big explosion at the end of a pay-per-view, and I didn't get it. So I don't know. We might not get blood or guts. But man, that's your boy Tony. Give him a call, man.
Hey, you leave him alone out of here. But he's doing a great job. He's doing shout out to Tony K, front of the pod, doing a great job doing the Jaguars NFL draft. I see you, my boy. I see you. I'm not a Jaguars fan, but hey, I see you, my boy. Got the pen and everything.
Okay, well, another thing that happened this week in AEW, and Tony Khan was in charge of this segment as well. Cody Rhodes came back, man, and he beat the hell out of QT Marshall on top of his bus, which, by the way, Cody keeps doing so many heelish things. He has his Rose House tattoo. He has his dramatic entrance. Now he has a giant bust. You're a heel, man. You're not a baby face with all of these things.
You gotta do it big, baby. You gotta do it big. Just like the old American dream used to say, you gotta do it big, baby. And hey,
he's a son of a plumber.
He's a son of a plumber, and he's showing off. And he said it himself, right? He said himself. He emulates his dad, but he also loves Ric Flair. He loves that old school type of wrestling, and that's what he's trying to emulate.
He has more Ric Flair than Dusty, to be honest.
He really does. He really does. I mean, look, I love seeing Cody Rhodes on the screen. I know. A lot of people don't like him. They're souring on him. I think he's great, man. I think.
What do you mean? Who hates Cody Rhodes?
You know who? Our boy Mayo hates Cody Rhodes. Other people hate Cody Rhodes, man. It's the hate's out there, man. The hate's out there.
The hate's out there. Well, did this week do anything to affect your perception of QT Marshall at all? Do you care?
It's funny because it's one of those scenarios where, like, I don't fondly care about him, but the more I see him on screen, the more like, yeah, I don't like him. And it's like, it's working because I don't like you. So you're doing your job, but I don't like you. It's weird. It's weird, but it's working. I'm getting worked, man. I'm getting worked.
So we obviously, I think I know where QT wants to take his career. Where does Cody go now that he came back, man? Is he in the title?
Well, he said he can't. You know what I'm saying? He said he lost to Chris Jericho, and he said he can never go against the title.
He ruined his whole career, man.
He legitimately shot himself in the foot. I don't know. Maybe he can go back and fight Darby Allin. I don't know what he wants to do. Maybe he'll do a tag team championship run. I don't know what
people do this. People do it early. You know, Bad Bunny said this is his last tour coming up. They're all a bunch of liars.
They're all a bunch of liars. You know, it's that 50-50 booking. You know what I'm saying? Once they back themselves in the corner, they try to fix it out later. By the way, shout out to Bad Bunny, another friend of the pod. We're going to see you very soon. We're going to see you very, very soon, Bad Bunny. Believe that.
Well, we were talking about everything that happened in wrestling, but I want to talk a little bit outside of wrestling. Your boy, The Rock, got his show renewed for a second season, baby.
What did you expect? It's Dwayne Johnson. It's Dwayne Johnson. That man, no matter what he does, it touches gold. That man did an energy drink. I tried it, by the way. It's at your local QT, by the way, if you want to go check it out. For those of you living in Texas, I don't know if you're in California. I don't know if you have a QT, but over here, you have a QT. Let me tell you something. I tried it out. Not that bad.
We're not talking about QT anymore.
Before that, yeah, man, I'm so excited for his second season. I thought the show was great. At first, I thought it was kind of weird, but then it found its stride. I think it's gonna be good, man. I think it's
finding its stride. Great. I want to know: are we gonna get to, you know, if the show keeps getting renewed? We love The Rock. We grew up with The Rock. Yeah. Are we gonna get to like a point in the show where like the Attitude Era comes in? Are we gonna see someone play Triple H? Are we gonna see someone play Stephanie McMahon?
So my fantasy booking is they actually get Stone Cold, Triple H, all of them to come back on the TV show, and actually because they did that, right? They've been doing that. They got his former coach. They got stuff like that. So I would legit have, because every time the episode ends, they usually show either his mom, his former coach, stuff like that. I feel like after they end like the flashback, they can show him and The Rock or Triple H or Nick Foley, and they'd be like, you know, just little cool things like that.
They call him the People's Champion for a reason. He's our People's Champion. We love him, and I just wanted to bring that up because I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he's also another friend of the pod. So hey, we have a lot of friends, man. We have a lot of friends, but not a best friend like TK.
Oh, okay.
See what I did there? We got friends of the pod, but there's only one best friend of the pod, and that's TK. See what I'm saying?
I don't mind it. Sure, bring it up. All right, so I want to get to the question of the week, Ace. You ready for this?
I'm ready, Freddie.
Let's go. Question of the week. Because we are talking about Roman Reigns sweeping the nation as the greatest heel, I want to know, who's the greatest heel of all time?
Oh, Triple H.
You are such an attitude. Okay, our producer, you, all of you are such little Attitude Era babies. I'm so tired of you.
Let me tell you why. You have no idea how mad I used to get with my producer. Breaking the fourth wall here again. My producer is my big sister. But when we used to be back at the house, and we would have that one pay-per-view channel, it would be all staticky, right? And all we would hear is the announcers, right? And every time I would hear JR, by God Almighty, it's Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, no interception, disqualification. Oh my God, damn you, Triple H, damn you. That's every time you would hear at the end of SmackDown or pay-per-view, and The Rock would always get screwed. That man would always lose, man. That's the only superstar I know who has lost so many times, but yet is so freaking huge. I hated it. But hey, that was Triple H, man. That was Triple H.
It was the McMahon-Helmsley regime.
It really was.
They were the worst.
They were the worst.
You're right, Ace.
Because every time it legitimately was a dusty finish over and over and over again. Because they screwed over Mick Foley, they screwed over The Rock, they screwed over Undertaker, they screwed even Chris Jericho.
That's right.
Okay, well, throughout the 80s, I feel like Roddy Piper was like considered probably the greatest heel. Throughout the 90s, I feel like Hollywood Hogan is arguably the greatest heel of all time because people despise Hollywood Hogan. And then you have Vince McMahon, which I'm not sure if we could classify as the greatest heel since he's not a wrestler. But, you know, I'm okay with Triple H. I know you guys love Triple H. So
no, we hate Triple H.
We just said we don't. Yeah, that's the whole point.
And you know, this just proves, like you said, every great heel needs a babyface. And the reason you hate Triple H is because he always beat up on your boy.
And that's exactly why we need a good babyface for Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns.
That's true. All right. I'm okay with these answers. Ace, good week. Any other thoughts?
Hey, Hey, you know what my thoughts are. If you want to follow us, like and subscribe to Roger Talks Wrestling. Make sure to hit the bell. Make sure to like this and make sure to comment. There was a few comments last week. I appreciate you guys. We always talk to you guys, by the way. But I want you to give us comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you think it's Roman Reigns or Katie and Megan. Let us know. Let's talk to us. And not only that, if, and that means if you are driving, if you in the gym, if you at work, and you don't want to listen to your boss because he's nagging, hey, guess what? The Weekly Finisher is available on every streaming platform. That's right. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon Music. You name it, baby. We are there. Just type in Weekly Replay. You should look at the screens. And hey, guess what? It's going to be in there. It's going to be Weekly Finisher. We're going to be there. So make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you listen because we are right there. Believe that.
You do an excellent job. Check us out on Roger Talks Wrestling on YouTube as well. Like he says, we are on every platform. We want to be there for all your wrestling needs. Leave us comments, hang out with us. I would leave you my phone number if I could, but you know, that's a bit too much.
I mean, we can do what Cody Rhodes does.
I'm not sending people spam. I'm not. You know what? I'm not accusing Cody. You know, I don't like that you're setting me up here. That's it. We're moving on. Anywho, Ace, good week. I'll see you next week, man.
All right, we'll see you here next week live on the Weekly Finisher. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.